Good morning, students. I welcome you to Brihan Mumbai Municipal Corporation Education Department, Online Education for English Medium, Class 9. The subject which I'm going to teach you is Science. Topic is Substances in Common Use. And in that today I'm going to, subtopic I'm going to teach you is that uses and hazards of radioactive substances. My name is Ms. Bushra Maqsood Ahmed and our Chief Nodal Officer name is Mrs. Almaz Hanouri. Chapter number 14, this is my fourth session I'm going to take. The name of our chapter is Substances in Common Use. Now see, yesterday in last session, I have explained you what are the radioactive substances, what are the properties of radioactive substances, what are the characteristics of radioactive substances, and all which radiations are coming out by radioactive substances, that is alpha, beta and gamma rays. Okay, now a short revision, the topic which I have taken yesterday, that is radioactive substances. Now see, elements with a high atomic number such as uranium, thorium, radium have a property of spontaneously emitting invisible, highly penetrating and high energy radiation. This is the property known as radioactivity. Now see, yesterday only we have seen what? We have seen that elements which are having high atomic number. High atomic number means having atomic number means numbers of protons is nothing but atomic number, and which are that radium, thorium and uranium. These are the examples of a substance, radioactive substance, which are what? They are spontaneously emitting, highly invisible, highly penetrating. Penetration power is high and radiation energy is also very high, and this property is nothing known as but radioactivity. Now a substance having this property is called radioactive substance. Now see, the substance which are having this property is known as radioactive substance. The nucleus of the radioactive substance is unstable and radiation occurs from unstable nuclei, right? Unstable, I have explained you why it is unstable, because the binding energy of that nucleus is very less, hence the spontaneously the elements are emitting, the radiation is going on, hence in that nucleus only emission takes place, and they are known as radioactive substances. Now there are three types of radiations are given out by radioactive substances. What are the three types of radiation? Alpha, beta and gamma rays, right? Now we'll go to the next slide. So why this noise is coming here of students who are getting admitted? After that, we have seen what? We have seen the one diagram, we have seen that, right? In the lead box, radioactive substance was put, and with the lead, that radioactive substance was allowed to go, and in the electric field, alpha rays, beta rays and gamma rays were what? They were deviated. Beta rays was slightly deviated. Beta rays was deviated through positive plates, while alpha rays was deviated through negative plates. This shows that what? Beta is negatively charged, alpha is positively charged, and gamma ray was not at all deviated in the electric field. Means it is neutral in nature. It is neutral in nature, right? Why it's it is see here beta ray is it is deviated toward positively charged, hence we termed it as negatively charged, right? Then alpha is deviated toward negative plates, hence we termed it as positively charged. And gamma rays are not at all deviated, hence we tell there is no charge in that. Then we have seen some characteristics, natures, right? Alpha are what? Helium nuclei, betas electrons, and gamma are electromagnetic radiation. Then we have seen of mass, what is the difference in their mass. Then we have seen charges, what alpha have +2 charge, beta has -1 charge, gamma is electrically neutral, velocity, deviation, electric field, penetration power also we have seen yesterday. Then ionization power and produce of fluorescence. Okay, now today is the topic which I'm going to teach you about what are the uses of radioactive substances. Now the radioactive isotopes. First we learn what is radioactive isotopes. Radioactive isotopes of an element can be defined as atoms that contains an unstable nuclei and despite excess energy by spontaneously emitting radiation in the form of alpha, beta and gamma rays. Now what are radioactive isotopes? Radioactive isotopes are that element which contains what? Which contains unstable nuclei and what they despite excess energy they emit energies and there's a spontaneous emission of which rays? Alpha, beta and gamma. See, can you see here uranium 238? This uranium 238 is what? It is radioactive substance. And which rays are coming out? See, alpha, gamma and beta rays are coming out from these substances. Again, neutron, proton, these all are the particles, nuclear particles are also emitted from these substances. Now, what are the uses of radioactive isotope? See, it is a misconception that radioactive elements are used only for making an atom bomb. Now, see, as we heard about radioactive substance, so what the first thing come in our mind? Yes, radioactive isotopes, radioactive substances are used for making atom bombs. But this is really a misconception. Radioactive substances are used in our day-to-day life also for many uses. Now, what are that? See, radioactive isotopes are used in various fields such as scientific research. They are used in scientific research. They are also used in agriculture field. They are used in industrial field also for making some medicines also, etc. There are numbers of uses of radioactive substances. Okay. Now, how they are used? They are used in two ways. Radioactive substances are used in two ways. Number one, by using the radiation alone. Sorry. So what do you mean by this? By using the radiation alone? By it means that we are just using the radiation which is coming out by radioactive substances. Might be that radiation is what? Alpha rays, beta rays or gamma rays. Or second, by using the radioactive elements itself or by using that radioactive element itself, means we are taking the radioactive substances such as uranium, thorium, radium. So these are the two ways. Either we are using just its radiation or either we are using radioactive elements. Okay. Now, next. What is natural radioactivity? What is natural radioactivity? Generally, the elements with atomic numbers from 82 to 92 are found to radiate spontaneously in nature. These are called natural radioactive elements. Now, what are natural radioactive elements? Natural radioactive elements are those elements which are having how much atomic number? From 82 to 92. And what they do? They radiate spontaneously in nature. What? They automatically, naturally they what? They radiate the radiation. So this is naturally happening process in these elements. And what are the atomic numbers of that elements? That are 82 to 92. Hence, These are called what? These are called natural radioactive elements. These are called natural radioactive elements. Why? Because there is no processes going on. This is its own property of that element, that he is radiating, he is spontaneously radiating the radiations. Okay, and this property is seen in which elements which are having atomic number from 82 to 92. Okay, now second, this we have learned about natural radioactivity, and the radiation occurs by this substance and the process is known as natural radioactivity. Now second is artificial radioactive elements. Now what are artificial radioactive elements? See, this is very interesting one. Huh? The couple Frederick Juliet Curie and Irene Juliet Curie first invented induced radiography. See, this is the scientist. These both are the scientists, Frederick Joliot Curie and Irene Joliet Curie. What they first invented induced radiography, radioactivity. In there, by doing some experiment, they have just invented this radioactivity. Now see what they have invented. The radioactive element produced in the nuclear fission process brought about in the laboratory by bombardment of particles are called artificial radioactive elements. They were awarded the Nobel Prize in 1935 for this invention. Now, what does this mean, ma'am? There are, see, so much heavy words are there. Nuclear fission, bombardment of particles. What? We don't understand. Okay, I will make you understand what all this means. Now, see, radioactive elements produced in nuclear fission. Nuclear fission is a process in which what we do, we bombard some neutrons, neutron particles on an element, on a nuclei, and that nuclei got splitted up. What? There is splittish, there is a, what, they split up and form some other nucleus, some other atoms, and when they are getting split up by this bombardation of neutron particles, tremendous amount of energy is released. Okay, so in this nuclear fission, when particles are bombarded on a nuclei and on an radioactive element, and when they get split up, when they are getting splitted up, there's a high amount of radiation, high amount of energy is released. That process is known as what? Nuclear fission. And as this is done artificially, as we are bombarding this neutron particles on there, it is, yes, all this process is doing artificially. It is not naturally happening process. And this experiment, who has done? These two scientists, Frederick Juliet Curie and Irene Juliet Curie. Hence, these elements which are we have got from nuclear fission process by bombardment of the particles, that particles are known as, that elements are known as artificial radioactive elements. And they, for this, what they have also get awarded by a Nobel Prize in 1935 for this invention. Okay, so this was a very important invention in the era of physics. Now next, we are proceeding toward the uses of radioactive isotopes in various fields. First, we will see uses of radioactive isotopes in industrial field. How it is used in industrial field. Now see, first is radiography. Radiography is done by using radioactive isotopes. Now what is radiography? Internal cracks and voids in cast iron articles and iron solder can be detected with the help of gamma rays. For this purpose, isotopes like cobalt-60, iridium-192 are used in the radiographic camera. This technique is used for detecting flaws in metals. Now, what its statement means? Number first, see, internal cracks and warts in the cast iron articles and iron solidus can be detected with the help of gamma rays. Now, see, with the help of gamma rays, which is radiated from radioactive substances, that gamma rays are used to detect what? Internal cracks and voids involved in iron pipes which are using for electric purpose, sorry, for water piping purpose, for industrial uses. Okay, in these pipes, for casting such iron, articles, what is used? Gamma rays are used. Now see, for this purpose, isotypes like cobalt 60 and iridium 192 are used in radiographic camera. In this radio, can you see the figure here? One engineer is doing the radiography. What he is detecting? The internal cracks of these iron articles by the use of what? By the use of gamma rays. And which isotopes are used in this in his instrument? Cobalt 60 or iridium 192 is used in his this radiographic camera. And in this technique is used for detecting flaws in metalwork. Also, flaws in metalwork means there is some internal cracks, or the it is not it is uneven, the ions are not evenly spread out. So this all things are detected with the help of this radiographic camera. And this radiographic camera works on which radiation? Gamma rays. Okay. Sorry. Next, measurement of thickness, density and level. Now, how we are able to measure the thickness, density and levels of some substances? It is necessary to maintain the required thickness in the manufacture of aluminium, plastic, iron sheet of different thickness. Okay, see, when we are just constructing, we are making some instrument, we are making some substances which are made of aluminium, plastic, iron and sheet. So now we have to measure, right? So what are the what should be the thickness of that substance, so that only we will able to find out what will be the dimension of the that material. So for that reason, what is required to measure? Required to measure the thickness of that substance. Now this thickness of substance is measured by what? Radioactive substances. So in manufacturing process, a radioactive substance is placed on one side and an instrument to measure the radiation on the other, and the radiation a radioactive substance is placed on one side and an instrument to measure radiation on the other. The radiation read by the measuring instrument varies with the thickness of the sheet. Material inside a packaging can also be examined by this technique. Now see, this I will explain you with the help of diagram, that will be better understanding for you. Now see, this is the instrument which we are using for measuring the thickness of aluminium foil or plastic foil or some other material which we are supposed to make. Now see, in the one side what you see? Beta emitter. Can you see that? Right? In beta emitter, what is? Beta radiations are coming out. We can also use gamma emitter also, which emits gamma rays, as the thickness will be more, right? So different emitters we can use in the place of emitters. Might be it's beta, might be it's gamma. Now see, as the radiations are coming out from this aluminium foil, it is detected by other side detector placed. Now see, the amount of radiation detected by the detector can vary by the thickness of the foils. By the thickness of the foil. If the thickness of the foil will be less, the radiation detect will be more. If the thickness of the foil will be more, the radiation detect will be less. So it is depend upon the amount of radiation detected by the detectors. Amount of radiation which is detected, and due to that, by computerized process we can able to know that what is the thickness of that foil. Now see, that detectors give data to computer and computer give feedback to the rollers again. Okay, so this is the thickness of this foil. So Like this in this process, what is used? Radioactive means radiation is used. Radiation might be beta emitter, might be the gamma emitter. Okay, so this is also a one important use of this radioactive substance to what measurement of a thickness. Now see, radioactive substances are also used in luminescent paints and radioluminescence. Luminescence, where we always see radium, right? It is shining. In the night, we see on the roadsides also some stickers are placed up of radium, or in our home, right? On a roof, we just stick some radiant stickers, and when we switch off the light, what we see that they are emitting the lights. Can you see the two diagrams? See, here is a clock on its hands, and numbers are of made up of radioactive substance which are emitting radiations. While see here, a sweet girl is sleeping, and on his roof was he has just put some stickers of moon and stars, and it is shining, it is radiating. So this radioactive things are also used in day-to-day life, or for where we need, or where we need a radiance, where we need a luminescence. In the night time, when we want to see easily some objects, some things, so this radioactive substance are used. Now see, the radioactive substance radium, promethium, tritium with some phosphor are used to make certain object which is visible in the dark. Okay, what are the substance used? Radioactive substance, what are used? Radium, promethium, tritium with some phosphor are used to make certain object visible in dark. Visible in dark, that's important. For example, the hand of a clock. Can you see the hand of a clock? And the numbers, they are made up of this substance. Now, krypton 85 is used in high intensity discharge lamp. You see a high intensity discharge lamp. You can see there is one lamp known as high intensity discharge lamp, which is used in the dark to provide what? Light. So what is used in that? Krypton 85 is used in that lamp. Very by heart learn this. Krypton 85 is in used in which lamp? High intensity discharge lamp. While promethium 147 is used in portable X-rays units as the source of beta rays. What is used? Promethium 147 is used in portable X-rays units as the source of beta rays. Now we'll go to the next use. Now see, in ceramic articles also, you will tell, ma'am, in ceramic articles how radioactive substance will be used. Yes, they are used when we want to show that some articles, some ceramic articles are emitting radiation, some shiny things. So these are used in ceramic articles. Can you see the figure down here? See, they are shining, right? It is seen that some light is put into that utensils, into the ceramic articles, but no, there is no light. It is what? It is due to the radioactive substance. Now see, luminescence colors are used to decorate ceramic tiles, utensils, plates, etc. Now see, what? Luminescence color. Luminescence color means colors which are producing luminous. Luminous means light. Okay, light. So a color which are emitting lights are used to decorate what? Ceramic tiles, utensils, plates. Now earlier uranium oxide was used in this paints. What was used earlier? Uranium oxides were used earlier here for in the form of paints. Now this first we have done about industrial field, the uses. Now we are going to learn what? In the field of agriculture. In the field of agriculture, how these radioactive isotopes is used. Now in the field of agriculture, number first, the genes and chromosomes that give seeds properties like fast growth, high productivity, etc. can be modified by the means of radiation. Now see, we know that in a modern era, number of technologies are used to in various fields. So in agriculture field also we have seen that many technologies has come. Now see the genes and chromosomes in biology, in biological part of the science, we have learned what is genes and what are chromosomes, right? So the genes and chromosomes of the seeds which we are which we are putting to grow in a farm, the properties of that seeds are processed how they are processed, for which purpose, for fast growth, higher productivity, that the seeds, there should be fast growth of the plant, there should be higher productivity, means much more amount of whatever food we are getting, might be it's a wheat, rice, whatever plant it is. So high amount of productive material we should get, and it should be a fast growth, it should not be a taking a long term process. For that reasons, genes and chromosomes of these seeds are processed by the means of radiation. By the means of what? By the means of radiation. Now, what are used? See, the radioactive isotopes cobalt 60 is used for food preservation. Now, for preservation of food, we have to do the preservation. So, what is used? Which isotopes is used? Cobalt 60 is always used for the preservation of the food. Means we have to preserve some food for longer time. It cannot get damaged or destroyed. So for that purpose, what is used? Which radioactive isotopes is used? Cobalt 60 is used. Now see, third point. Onions, potatoes are irradiated with gamma rays from cobalt 60 to prevent their sproutings. Now we always see that whenever we bring onions and potatoes in our home, so we then after some time what sproutings comes out. But can we see that this spontaneously happens in the factories where onions and potatoes are placed? We should know now that if we are bringing potatoes and onions in our house, and within a week we see that some sprouting comes out, and in factories we see that it is stored for months and no sprouting comes out. So might be they are doing something to with these substances, then only sprouting will not come out. So what they are doing with onions and potato, they are irradiating, they are radiating with which rays? Gamma rays from cobalt 60. Cobalt 60 is the radioactive elements in which what rays are coming out? Gamma rays, and these gamma rays are used to irradiate onions and potatoes to prevent what? To prevent sproutings. To prevent sproutings. Number 4, strontium 90 is used as a tracer in the research of various crops. Now see, this is used as a tracer. Now see the third point which I have taught you. I will show you one diagram so better you will understand. Now see this in A column, and this is a B column. In A column, we have seen onions and potato. From that, what sproutings are coming out? And in B, what we have seen that there is no sproutings. So what is the difference between them? In B, these onions and potatoes are irradiated with gamma rays. They are irradiated with gamma rays. And in A column, they are not irradiated with gamma rays. Hence, what sproutings are coming out, and we cannot preserve it for long time. So, for better preservation of this vegetable, onions and potatoes, what we have to do? We have to irradiate it with the gamma rays. So this is the use of radioactive isotope in field of agriculture. Now we are going to learn its use in medical field. In medical science, what is the use of these radioactive isotopes in various fields? Number first is polycythemia. Polycythemia. What is polycythemia? The red blood cell count increases in the disease polycythemia. Now, what is this disease polycythemia? Red blood cells in our body. The count of these red blood cells increases tremendously in our body. That disease is nothing but a polycythemia. And it is cured by which radioactive substance? Phosphorus 32 is used in this treatment. What is used as phosphorus 32 is used for its treatment. Now see, number second is bone cancer. Bone cancer is a very dangerous thing. So what are used for the treatment of bone cancer? Strontium 89, strontium 90, samarium 153 and radium 223 are used in the treatment of bone cancer. What are the radioactive substances which we are using? Strontium 89, strontium 90, samarium 153 and radium 123 are used for which treatment? Bone cancer treatment. Number third is hyperthyroidism. Hyperthyroidism. Now see, what is hyperthyroidism? Enlargement of thyroid glands. Now the thyroid glands which are in our throat, right? So there is an enlargement of these thyroid glands, and for there is a weight loss in spite of appetite. Wherever we are eating so much also, but there is a continuously loss of weight loss is there, right? So this is a symptom of hyperthyroidism. Insomnia are the symptoms of hyperthyroidism. Insomnia means at night time we don't get a sleep very easily. Okay. Now these all are the symptoms of what? Hyperthyroidism. It occurs due to the production of hormones by the thyroid glands. What this hyperthyroidism? It occurs due to the production of hormones by a thyroid gland. Now what is used to cure this? What is the radioactive substance which we are using to cure this? Iodine 123 is used in the treatment of hyperthyroidism. What is used for this treatment? Iodine 123 is used in the treatment of hyperthyroidism. Now next we know tumors, brain tumors, right? Now you see the image of tumor below. See, this is a what this we can see here. See, with the red circle, the tumor in the brain is detected. Now how this tumor is detected and what is used for the treatment? Now boron 10, iodine 131, cobalt 60 are used in treatment of brain tumors. These are used in the treatment of brain tumors, while arsenic 74 is used in detection of small tumors in the body. Now see, for brain tumor treatment, what is used? Boron 10, iodine 131 and cobalt 60. These are used for what? Treatment of brain tumor, while arsenic 74 is used in treatment of small tumors in the body. Now what is used for small tumors? Arsenic 74 used for detection of small tumors in the body. Okay, so this all was the medical use. In medical science, how the radioactive substances are used. This is the use of radioactive substances in medical science. Now next we are going to learn about hazards of radioactive substance. What are the hazards of radioactive substance? Now see, number first, the central nervous system is affected by radioactive radiation. What is affected by radioactive radiation? The central nervous system. Our central nervous system, which is a very important part of our body, without which we cannot live. All the um, all the responses to our body, we are hearing, we are tasting, we are getting stimulation, we are responding to the things, to the stimuli. This all is controlled by what? No, central nervous system. Now you tell me, ma'am, what is the stimuli and what is the response? Now see, if someone pinches you, so just you remove your hand from that, right? So you feel that someone is pinching you. So the pinching is what? The pinching is stimuli, right? Some stimulus is given to you, and when you're taking your hand back, that is nothing but your response. So all this stimuli, the response and everything, which is what, with this all things are controlled by our central nervous system, and that main central nervous system is affected by radioactive radiation. Now number second is hereditary defects are generated by bombardment of radiation of DNA in the body. Now see, hereditary defects. Hereditary, by just reading this second point, only one thing comes in our mind is what? Hiroshima and Nagasaki attack. We know still the child which are getting birth, they are just getting birth with some defects. Some are handicapped, some are very weak, some are having very less immune system. So this hereditary defects means if one generation is affected by the radiation, it passes out to its next generation by the DNA, by its hereditary. So hereditary, it passes from generation to generation. So if such bombardment of radioactives or some radiation takes place, this defect is passes from generation to generation. Hence, what it defects or hereditary defects are generated by bombardment of radiation of DNA in the body. Now, third point, radioactive radiations can penetrate the skin. What? Radioactive radiation can penetrate the skin and causes diseases like skin cancer and leukemia. Now see, yesterday I have shown you one diagram that radiation can pass through our skins, right? Alpha cannot pass, but beta and gamma can pass. Beta can pass through our tissues, while gamma can pass through our skin also, tissues, bones and organs, right? So when this radiations passes through our skin, they can what? They can cause skin cancer and leukemia also. Fourth point, the radioactive pollutants created due to the explosion enters the body through air, and it is difficult to control them. Now see, fourth point, it's very important. See, the radioactive pollutants means pollutants uh, of this radioactive which is created by explosion in some bombs or some in some plants, in radioactive power plant. If explosion happens there, if there's some explosion takes place by some accidental effects also, so what, these pollutants get entered to a body through air, they just spread out through the airs, and with the help of this air, when we inhale this air, it is get entered to our body and we get defected with this radioactive radiation, and it is very difficult to control them. As why it is very difficult to control them? Because it can spread through the air medium. It get very spontaneously, it get what? It gets spread out through the air and get enters to the body. Now, fifth point, the radioactive pollutants released in the sea enters the body of fishes and through them enters the human body. Now see, if these radioactive pollutants are released in the sea, if this radioactive pollutants are released, we see that okay, in land it happens, so it gets spread to the air, then only we are getting affected. But if these radioactive pollutants are released in the sea, if we release these radioactive pollutants in the sea, so what happens, it get entered to fish bodies, and when we eat, we know that fishing is a much more people like to eat the fish. Okay, so with this fish, what it get entered to a human body, again it comes to us only, that if with the radioactive pollutants are released in the sea, it enters to our body by what, by the medium of fish. When we eat the fish, it comes to the human body. Now, sixth point, the radioactive paints on the watch can cause cancer. Now see, when we see that, see my watch is shining at night time. Now when I see my watch, I see the hands of my watch is shining, the belt is shining. It is made up of radium, it is made up of, see, radioactive substances. It is very nice to see the show off, but these are very hazardous to you. It is very hazardous to your body. Why? Because these radioactive pins on the watch can cause what? Can cause cancer, can cause skin cancer to you. Now see, 7 point, the radioactive isotope strontium-90 can enter the body through plants, fruits, flowers, cereals, milk, etc., and can cause diseases like bone cancers also and leukemia also. Now see, if I have shown you that it spread through air, then I have shown you that it spread through sea waters also. If we decompose it in seawater, now that it can be spread out, but right, see, radioactive isotopes like strontium-90. Strontium-90 is a radioactive isotope. It can enter our body. It can enter the body through what? Through plants. Plants means whatever vegetables we are eating, it can spread out. It can enter to our body through this plant. Then fruits, whatever fruits we are eating, if it is get affected by strontium-90, so that radioactive, that also can enter to our body. Flowers which we smell, if it is affected by, if by strontium-90, it is radiated by strontium-90, it can enter in our body. Cereals which we are using, cereals where it is get obtained by plants only. Then milk, if if a cow, if an animal which is giving a milk to us, if he is eating such things which is irradiated the grasses, and due to this the milk which come out, and when we drink that milk also, so what, that radioactive isotope can enter to our body. So this is the huge, which we cannot control it. So what, due to this, what diseases can be caused? These are the hazards of radioactive substances, that what it can, mainly the main purpose is bone cancer, skin cancer is what, this is due to the radioactive radiations only. Now see, there is one bad incident happen in Chernobyl disaster, that is known as Chernobyl disaster. Now, what was this disaster happened due to radioactivity, due to the radiation? Now, see what was that? Chernobyl disasters. On 26th April 1986, the graphite reactors in the Chernobyl atomic power plant explode. What happens? Chernobyl atomic power point get exploded suddenly, and what, by some accident happens on 26 April 1986, and suddenly the radioactive isotope and radiations come out from that power plant due to explosion. Due to this episode, radioactive isotope entered the human body through water and land and causes genetic disorder. Genetic disorder, I have told you that it is getting what, it is getting transfer from one generation to another generation. So due to this explosion, the radioactive isotopes enters to the human body and it causes genetic disorders. These got carried further into the next generation. thyroid disaster increase in children as well as adults. In their what, thyroid disorders increases in that area in children also as well as in adults also. Now last point, as a result the incidence of thyroid diseases is greater than in other place. So in that place the throat diseases was greater as compared to the other place. So this today we have learned about, see this is the diagram and explosion take place in Chernobyl disasters. So much explosions was there and all the radioactives comes out and human beings got affected due to that. So today we have learned about the uses and the hazards of radioactive elements. Hope you have understood this very well, and I am going to give you some assignment work which you have to take screenshot and write it down in your notebook. Or see, number first question is explain natural radioactivity and artificial radioactive elements. You have to explain what is natural radioactive elements and what are artificial radioactive. I have explained you, right? What are natural radioactive elements? Naturally, which occurs, natural radiation occurs. Nothing experiment is done. In artificial experiments are done, nuclear fission, which I have explained you today. Second, how are radioactive isotopes used in industrial field? How it is used in industrial field? That all radiography, measurement of thickness and densities, then luminescence paints, and uses in ceramic article. This all you have to explain. Fourth, what are the hazards of radioactive substances of radiation? Now only I have explained what are the hazards. This all you have to revise it. You all have to understand it. You have to write down in your notebook so that you can do better understanding of this. Okay, so this is the end of our lecture today.